Lots of Xbox related news. We got an Xbox 360 sale on over 60 games that are not backwards compatible. PlayStation 5 shipping 5 times more than the Series S and the Series X in the last quarter, according to analysts. And it seems like more Xbox games are coming to the PlayStation, which might mean Xbox is finally doing that thing they were talking about, moving more towards software and out of the hardware game. All right, so digital purchases have become a hot topic as of lately because everyone knows you don't own your games when you buy them digitally. Physical media is kind of becoming a thing of the past and already antiquated at this point. Xbox 360 and Microsoft, they are giving people deep discounts before digital purchases in for good on that specific console. Now, this is Xbox 360, right? Well, the company in an Xbox Wire post said this: to celebrate the legacy of Xbox 360, we're working with our amazing publisher partners to bring you as many price reductions from our online store or from the Xbox 360 store on the console. We'll be updating the list with more games on June 18th, 2024 and on July 16th, 2024, bringing you as many repriced games as possible before the end of July. It goes on to say that these price reductions will remain in place for each of the games through the 360 store, which is of course closing on the 29th of July. If you haven't heard about that, well, you better go grab some of these games if you want them, because some of them are up to 90% off right now. Games such as Tomb Raider, Trials Fusion, Thief, Far Cry 4, Watch Dogs, MX vs ATV, Supercross. So if you're into these type of games and you would like to preserve these games before they're pretty much gone forever other than emulation, then go grab some of these because they're super duper cheap right now and it might be your last chance to get them. So that's the first thing. And I personally find it really sad to see games just being thrown away like this. I mean, I know that there's like, what else are you going to do with it? Because of the rise in digital media and people throwing Blu-rays and physical games away and just deciding that's not what they want out of their gaming experience. That's really disheartening to me, because the further that goes, the closer we get to never owning our games. Everything's going to be a subscription. You've already got Game Pass. You've already got PlayStation Plus, Premium, or whatever their service is. I'm afraid that that's what we're going to see with all games, and that would be a real bummer for me. Just personally, you never own your games. They're all streamed. It's going to be like Netflix. It's going to have a chokehold on gamers the way the cable companies did 10 to 15 years ago. But nonetheless, if you want to grab some of these games before they're gone forever, I totally get that. On that note, I'll just say buy physical media. On to the next thing. PS5, and this is on, I know, IGN. PS5 shipped almost 5 times more than Xbox Series X and S during the last quarter, analysts report. This is another thing when it comes to Microsoft that tells me they're moving more towards software. A tweet on May 14th by Daniel Ahmad says the following: the PlayStation 5 has sold 59.2 million units as of March 31st, 2024. This is slightly behind the PS4 in the same time frame, which was 60 million. That's not behind by much. They do not expect PS5 to surpass the PS4 in the next year. He goes on to say the PlayStation 5 has shipped 4.5 million units in the last quarter, and according to estimates, this is almost 5 times more than Xbox Series X and S shipped in the last period. That is serious. That is a serious blow. I mean, I know it's nothing that Xbox did not expect at this point, but man, you've got to really start thinking that the rumors about them moving closer to being more of a software company have got to come to fruition at some point. And see, things like this bum me out, because there's got to be competition. If Xbox is not cutting it, what are we going to see next? Is everyone just going to have a PlayStation? Is it going to be the way in the 80s it was the Nintendo? If you had a game console, you had a Nintendo. Everybody called it Nintendo. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I'm old. So is it going to be like that with the PlayStation? It's just like, I got a PlayStation at home. It's already getting kind of close, because I have both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and I prefer the Xbox. I just like the interface better. So I would be interested to see what happens in the next few years with the market rapidly evolving and in Sony's favor when it comes to hardware. Game Pass being the superior service when it comes to streaming and subscription-based gaming. It's just a really interesting dynamic that we have going on. We are right in the middle of a drastic change in the way that gaming companies conduct business. I really feel it. Apart from all of the negativity, I know some of this could be construed as negativity, but I just find it more interesting than anything. And I, for one, am rooting for Xbox to put the consumer first. I still think Game Pass is an excellent deal, but apart from that, you got to look at Xbox closing down Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks. It doesn't look good. Where are those assets going to go? There are people losing their jobs, and it's not a good look for Xbox. Just overall, kind of a stank on Xbox right now. But I'm curious what you guys think about this. Are you guys going to be buying some of these Xbox games that are going to be gone forever if you don't buy them? I know I haven't really gone into it, but how do you guys feel about Arcane and Tango being shut down? Do you like seeing Microsoft basically having their nose shoved in the dirt this past quarter, in sales at least? What's next though? If Xbox cannot keep up in console sales, eventually at some point they have to move to purely software. The foundation is already laid for that. If that ends up being the case, how do you feel about that? Is that going to be the way we play Xbox now? You're going to play Game Pass on the PlayStation? I know a lot of people have said that. I'll believe it when I see it, but it's definitely something super interesting to think about. Don't forget, there's supposed to be an Xbox showcase coming up soon. This summer, we've got a lot of showcases coming up, including one that might be sooner rather than later. I'm going to cover that. Overall, tell me what you guys think. It's going to be a crazy summer for gaming. Hit me back.